Hello everyone, Old Iron Engine here, back for another video, and welcome back to the characters of a new series on my channel. Okay, well, you've already seen the characters of Season 1, well, except for Terrence, Annie, Clarabelle, and Satopomat, but they'll never be covered. We'll be talking about the characters of Season 2, and I mean, like, the new characters. So, let's begin. Trevor. There's probably the least to him out of everyone on this list. But Trevor's a good start to the season. The very first story about Scrap in the series started with him. Something that fans have been doing for years. And besides, his debut episode was actually not that bad, I must say. Saved from Scrap is great, and Thomas and Trevor's fine, I guess. I really wish we could have seen more of Trevor. Moving on to Harold, and oh my god, I love Harold. His rivalry with Percy is my favorite Percy dynamic in the whole series. Because apparently it goes further in Percy's promise and that one season 6 episode and his broadband in season 20. I'm such a Thomas the Toy nerd. But, yeah, Harold is really nice. I love his... Well, you just heard nerd me talking. So, let's move on to the holy thing in this fandom. The certain Pania tank, which is so incredibly loved by fans. Duck, the Great Western Engine. Actually, it's Montague, but they call me Duck. Yeah, this ain't the Brenner era with fan service. I genuinely love Duck. I like Oliver more. I'm gonna be real, but he ain't in the season, so I'll talk about him next time. Spoilers. But I really like Duck. I mean, who doesn't in this fandom? He is a fan favorite by far and deserves to be. He's not my favorite tank engine. That's actually Percy, if you want to know. But I really like Duck. I really do. He is such an amazing character. He is so developed and everything. If only the hit era did stuff with him. Now to the first Diesel of the series, and it's Diesel himself. Out of all of the characters on this list, I'd say Diesel is the most popular. Like, he was in All Engines Go. And before you say Duck was All Engines Go, that was for 4 seconds? Maybe 3? I'm not joking. Diesel has had the biggest impact out of all of the characters on this list. So let's leave it that way. Okay? And, yeah. I really like Diesel. In this season, he doesn't do much. He shows a negative side to Diesel's. I'll talk more about that with Boko later on the list, but overall I like Diesel. Great way to start off the Diesel dynamic, I must say. Donald and Douglas. Now, these two are genuinely two of my favorite characters as well, but I really like the, I've talked about the Deputation before on my channel, and I want to be real. These two are amazing. Best twins in the series. And the second ones, which are Bill and Ben, you'll see them later, don't even come close. Now for Daisy. I'd say in this season, Daisy really is nothing. I take back what I said about Trevor. Daisy is the most uninteresting character. But in this season, only this season, I love what they did with her in the Brenner era. But this is not season 20. This is season 2. So, being the first female engine in the show, she does a bit. She's had a very toxic history. You know what? Get this video up to 100 views, and I will do a history of Daisy video. I'm doing that if this thing gets up to 100 views. And you know, I like the history of her, you know, but in this season as a character, nothing really to her. Bill and Ben. I already said a bit about them. Yes, I like Donald and Douglas more, but hear me out. I love Bill and Ben. I love them. Their debut episode, The Diseasel, is incredible. They also did a bit in Edward's Exploit, but I say The Diseasel is their best episode. It's their first and their best. They didn't get better than that. They really did nothing in this season. But overall, I must say the bees, as some of the engines put it, really do stand out. And now for my favorite one. Boko, my dear engine, save me! I had to do that. Do you know how many people would be running to my house with knives and torches if I didn't say... Okay, yeah, I think I've blabbed on enough. But Boko is my favorite in the season. I know he's a fan favorite, but I genuinely like him. Best Diesel in the whole series. Boko shows a side. With Diesel and Daisy, they make you think, oh, all diesels are bad. But that is their choice. It's the same with steam engines. Spencer, he's a bad engine, but that doesn't mean all steam engines are bad. Diesel is bad, but that doesn't mean all diesels are bad. It is up to their choice, and Boko is genuinely incredible. It is a shame that out of everyone introduced in this season, he was the only one who couldn't come back into CGI. Boko, it's been 27 years since you last appeared. May you rest in peace. So, that was my video on the characters of Season 2. I am the Old Iron Engine, and goodbye, everyone.